This is the making of the Gari fryer. And this particular machine can be used for 5, 10, 20 years. Nothing happens to it. We use this one for starch, for flour, for fufu. Anything you want to dry that is in a granular form, this one can. Even with pando, this one can dry.
In today's video, we are actually in a company that produces the highest number of agro-machinery right here in Nigeria. Most of the machineries that are used in farming, that are used in processing of foods are actually produced by this company, and they produce them locally.
We are #1 fabricator of agricultural processing equipment in Nigeria. And basically what we do is we fabricate, we sell to people, we use on our farm. And I will show you today part of the machines and some of the machines we use in fabrication.
This company is called NIJI Group, and we'll be sitting down with the CEO to learn about more how he started this company that he has run for almost 40 years.
My name is Farmer Kola. I have over 34 years experience in agro-processing. So I work across the different areas of agro-processing on post-harvest industries. The major challenges we have in agro-processing is drying, and I've been able to develop a lot of dryers, starting from the cabinet dryers, the flash dryer, then the fryer, which is for Gari, in order to reduce the moisture content of the products. Then I've worked extensively on different types of baking oven and smoking kiln. So I've done a lot when it comes to agro-processing, and I've done quite a number of equipment on milling, like hammer milling, different type of milling systems. I've actually worked basically on that. So we're in a showroom now, whereby when we fabricate equipment from the factory, from the workshop, we move it here, we do the painting there, we move it here. So I will take you around to show you some of the machines we have here, majorly on cassava processing. Okay. And I will take you to our laser room, whereby when we do the design, we cut it out before we send it for fabrication, before we move it down here. So what we have here is a part of the flash dryer. Okay. So we will call it like a pulverizer, whereby this is a feeder. So your product, instead of sun dry, okay, when you sun dry, you attract a lot of microbial and some other things and take a longer time. But instead of it to sun dry for 2-3 days, you put it here and you send it here. Then we attach our heat exchanger here. It sucks it out here, it comes in, it takes it out with other upper. Immediately, seconds, it dries, and you have your product. That's what we call it flash dryer. So that's the drying unit.
So but what is this? Which product do you use this for, basically?
We use this one for starch, for flour, for fufu. Then for even, this one can even take up plantain flour. Anything you want to dry that is in a granular form, this one can. Even with pando, this one can dry. So any granular form, this one will dry, because you can regulate the temperature you want, and you can regulate the speed you want, and at the rate at which you want to dry. And this one will dry without denaturing your product. The taste will not different, the color will not different, to come out the way it goes in. That's the advantage of flash dryer.
Great. So which other one are we?
So this is a hydraulic presser. Okay. Instead of using jack to press, putting stone on some of the Gari or some of the product you want to press and everything. This one says that you put in your product here, you open here, you put your product here, you stack it with water inside the bag. So when you stack it, you open the other one too. So you open the other one, you load it. When you open, we make our machine foolproof that a fool can equally use it. So you close it. That's closed. Then after loading it, you put it. That's locked. Then you just come here, you press the button, it comes down. Under some minutes, it's pressed. You raise it up, then you remove it. So you make it faster. So that's how you remove the water. After then, you now bring, this is a fryer. So this is part of the machine that I designed. I'm the one that designed this one, at least in Nigeria. I researched it, I designed it. So, and this is working perfectly, because in the past people believe that you cannot automate Gari. that you cannot fry garri. It's only normally confectionery of frying garri. But at the time, when we partnered with ITA, they look around, they couldn't get it. Even some of the ones they brought in from Brazil couldn't work. So I have to do a lot of reverse engineering. I came out with the first model in the country that does garri.
And which year was this? You came up with this?
I came out with this one, I think 2000 and, so around 2005, I came out with this model. So
this
that's
is the first garri frying model that we have in the country that was produced by you.
Yes, yes. So now we have different sizes. A lot of people are copying and everything. But the model came out at least first for me. So this is another garri fryer. This is another garri fryer. Then this grater, I designed this one too. The advantage of this one is that normal grater we have, you have to put your cassava, you have to steal something to press it. But this one we use like gravitational force to press. Immediately you load your garri, your cassava, your paste come out immediately. This one is having
just throw it in and then you grant it.
This one is having a capacity of almost 3 to 4 tons an hour. So a whole full pickup of cassava, this one can take it in 1 hour after peeling. That's the advantage of it. So we have all this grater. Then this is amami. Instead of normal disc mill we normally use to grind our products, we have disc mill that you have all those friction of cast iron inside our product. But this is amami uses bitter, and all these products we use are stainless. All the product content are stainless. You put in your maize, you put in your rice, you put in your beans, anything you put, you regulate this quantity you want at a time. It goes in, you mill it, you drops it out there, already powdered.
So this is for milling.
Milling. So you don't need to see.
Milling rice,
beans. So you don't need to see. You don't need. So all this one to do, all the problem milling. You want to mill your lafun, your flour, this one will does the milling. Okay. This is like a fish smoking king. So when you want to smoke fish, when you want to smoke fish, you just put your fish on it. You make it in such a way that it's not too big for you to carry. Just put your fish here and you put it. That's all. That's why we tell you.
Where does the smoke come in?
The smoke comes from here.
So you put fire or what?
You can use gas, use coal or charcoal. You can use any form of it. One thing about this is that your heat should radiate. Okay. Your gas does not have direct contact with your product. Your charcoal does not have direct contact with your product. There's a barrier you put here so that when it comes in, it drops in. It's the drop of the oil that drops in that film it and make it smoked. So that's what people don't realize. So there's a lot of technicalities to it that when you buy our equipment, we tell you what to do and how to do it and to get results.
So anyway, you can use both gas or charcoal?
Yes, you can use.
Okay.
So this one is a dryer, but we call this one cabinet dryer.
Okay.
So cabinet dryer is that you are removing the moisture and the moisture is not coming back to it, it's going out. That's why your product remains the same thing as this. But the difference between this one and the flash dryer is that this one has a resident time of 4 to 6 hours. Okay. But this one does not have. Okay. So what you use this one to dry is different from what you use this one to dry. Right. So, but for this one, you are smoking, the smokes, it goes out like an oil, it comes back to infuse in that thing. Infusion is what makes the taste change. But when you are baking with the moisture to go out, but the moisture is coming back to this and that's why it's getting brownish. And the temperature you are using for baking is then for the one we are using for drying, is one you design when we are using for smoke, is then what you are using when you are frying garri. This is another drying system that works together with it. Okay. We call this one heat exchanger.
You call it what?
Heat exchangers.
Heat exchanger.
So the fresh air goes in here, but it's having like almost 4 passes. Okay. Here, it goes. So by the time it comes out, if you have a temperature, air temperature of almost maybe 37 that goes in. By the time it comes out to that place, around 100 or 150. So that one now mixed with the product you want to dry. It mixes together with it. So you remove the moisture from it. Maybe you have 40% moisture content in the product, the particular product. When this one comes together with it, within a second, you bring it down to almost 10 or 12. That's the advantage of this. But for this one, you have to be circulating. This one have to stay there for like 4 hours to 6 hours. So you can see. So it depends on the product you want to. That's why I was telling you, limitation. Okay. When we are being born or when we are going to, so it takes a lot of things from us. No. But now that we are knowledgeable now, this is for baking. Okay. This is for baking. You put your product here, your meat pie or this thing. You close it here. You put your energy source here. Everything comes together. It rises up a bit.
The energy source is what?
This one can be gas. It can be electricity. Okay. It can be either gas or electricity. This one uses anything. Yes.
But what's the consumption of this? How is it? How do you build this product? The consumption of the lights. Is that, I know these are like more industrial products.
When we're talking, I say something about our machines are user friendly. Number one. Then we have optimal power management. We've been able to reduce the power consumption to get you what you want. So part of what we have been able to do is this oven now can take like almost like 18 meat pies in a small environment and in a confined environment. It's like you have a small room, you put AC, 1 horsepower, and you have a big room, you put AC, 1 horsepower. It won't be effective. That's what has been happening to us in the past. So we make a lot of adjustments based on the need and based on the product we are doing and based on the energy source we have available to use. I've done a lot of reverse engineering when in terms of looking at the equipment and looking at how we can use our local source of material to make it work for African and Nigerian use. And I've been able to export across African countries, design, fabricate in Nigeria, research in Nigeria, use in Nigeria, and I've been able to export. Another advantage we have is that apart from agro-processing that we fabricate, we equally use it on our own because we have agro-processing too, that will process a different type of products from the farm. So we actually work on complete value chain when it comes to agriculture. We design equipment, we have mechanized farming, we have processing. We equally have a training school, train people on sustainable agriculture. So that's what we've been doing for the past almost 34 years. Most of the baking fast food industry actually started with me, apart from one Mr. Biggs. Apart from Mr. Biggs in the 90s, the next one that came up is, I think, Daily Need Fast Food. After Daily Need Fast Food, then Tantalizer came in, then Suspension came in, then Tasty Fried Chicken too. So I was the one doing all their ovens they were using in baking, the mold they were using in baking, even the trays they were using in baking. Then I worked for a lot of fast food, like Mr. Biggs. Most of the trays using Mr. Biggs, most of the mold using Mr. Biggs. I was the one fabricating and doing all those things for them. So this is our machine shop, whereby we machine all the parts that we use in the fabrication section. This machine is a lathe machine. So we have lathe. This is a shaping machine. This is part of the thing I told you I was doing years back for fast food in the 90s. So later, so we have different form of the mold. We have different wood. So this is it. But this is shaping machine that we used to cut almost keyways into things. That's what we use this one to. We use this one to cut all this. So this slot here is what we use this machine to cut the keyways, and these are the tools we form to cut it. This is a milling machine. We use it to make a slot and to cut gears into anything you want to do. That's what we use this one for. So all those gears, this is what we use this machine to do. So this fabrication section whereby we fabricate all the equipment, all the parts done by the laser, we bring them here to come and put it together, or all the one done on the other, we bring it together to come and put it together. So we are trying to do what we use in Feedway Factory here. We call it shifter. This is what we are trying to do. This is an hammer mill. This is hammer mill. We are trying to do this is a mill. So this is a mill. You put in your product, you come through, you come back here. So that's the bitter that I'm going to use. The other one they were cutting there, this is it. This is one, so by this what you are cutting. So what we are trying to do now, we are deboiling all the sharp edges. So we have to deboil, so it won't sharpen. It won't cut all this one. We have to deboil. This is an engineering workshop. We have the machine shop. We have the fabrication and what we assemble here. Basically, any form of engineering equipment can be done here. We have the rolling machine. We have another rolling machine. We have a log former. We have a flanger. We have a bending machine. We have a cutting machine. So almost all the basic engineering equipment workshop is here. Then we have different types of welding machines and we have the laser at the other end. Then the other room is where we have the lathe machine, the milling machine, the shaping machine, the drilling machine. Any form of machine is there too. So basically here we have a capacity to do any form of engineering designs and fabrications. So,
okay. So your fabrication, are you not producing and selling, or is it based on request?
No. Normally what we do here is that we do it based on demand driven. Because if you are producing down, that means you need to have enough money to be able to produce. And no bank will give you that. And if banks give you that, the amount of money they'll be asking for maybe 30% or 35%, which you cannot make. So that's why we don't really produce them. So normally what we do here is that because we have the capacity, as soon as we get the order, the down payment, we start producing. And our production time lead time is between 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks to 12 weeks. Depends on the volume of the machines, of the production. And some of the ones that we know we cannot produce locally, we have a pattern in Germany, China, India, that mainly we are producing here. The other component part, we have to order for it. You have to come back. Even though we used to have a lot of delay at the port, and they had this thing demanding for what they are not supposed to. So, but we are managing them. So we have enough capacity to make sure that we give at least our customer what they want and the value for money. One thing about what we do is that we do value for money. We don't compromise on designing here. I've seen some customers that we've designed for more than 10, 20 years, they are still using the same equipment. So they are still using it. If you have a specification of what you really want us to do for you, bring the specification, we do it for you. That's why I've talked about reverse engineering. At times, we do some reverse engineering on some of these products. We look for the machines, we do the reverse engineering to adapt it to our own system. We don't just copy and paste here. We copy to adapt to the system, to adapt to the user. What kind of people are going to use the equipment? Using the equipment is very important. Is it the villages? Is the village level? Is it the middle age level? Who are the people that you are making the equipment? We have to think that in your design and to when you are fabricating and to make it more users friendly and to adapt it to the nature of the people that really wants to use it. So you avoid the issue of intermittent operations or a lot of breakdown damages. This is the making of the Gari fryer. One of the advantages of our Gari fryer is that all the product contact area are made of stainless. And this particular machine can be used for 5, 10, 20 years. Nothing happens to it. And when you are frying at a very high temperature of almost 200 to 300 degrees centigrade, you can still stand by the side of the machine without any heat because we've been able to lag almost everything. So we've conserved the heat did not radiate. And from here, this is the output that the product will come out. So by the time we finish everything, we lag everything, and the machines are on set. Another advantage we added on this machine is we make it's very sensor to safety. So if you are frying and the machine is revolving, if it touches you, you know that it's touching you, so it cannot hurt you. So that's a part of the things that we have been able to do on this fryer. This is like about the 5th edition we have turned to since we've started fabrication of this machine. We change our design almost every time as we see or we research on other new innovations, so we add it to it.
What's like the demand for this equipment, basically?
No, the demand is high when it comes to this equipment because I told you, Nigeria is not only a market. We sell more in African countries than what we sell in Nigeria.
Okay, so people from other countries also
yes,
order from
and our machines are premium. So we targeted those people who are actually want value for money and they really want to make. So the market demand, I thought it's a demand driven.
Okay.
And we really based on referrals. So when you might have used the equipment, then when people see you refer people to us. So for the things we have been working, we have been busy, we've been having a lot of jobs to do. So we are not at any time, idle. So we have things to do.
Okay. So just one last thing. What was the minimum number of years of warranty that you give on your machines?
No, normally for our warranty, we give up to 6 months to 1 year warranty on our equipment.
6 months to 1 year warranty.
1 year warranty on our equipment.
Okay.
Except the electrical components, whereby we are not the one. Any feeder part that we are not the one that produce it, we cannot guarantee. But for anyone that will produce, we give up to even 1 year, 6 months to 1 year warranty on it. Yes. Here we are standing. We do a little of community support and community engagement. We have a training room here, and we set up a training factory here. But in order to support the community, so most of the cassava brought in, we actually allow some of the community to women to come and peel. So they peel based on the kg they do, we pay them. But we have a peeling machine, up to 3 different peeling machines. You are going to see the different peeling. So if you decide not to engage women to peel, we have a capacity. But because we want to support the women engagement in this area, and the volume we are doing is normal, since it's for training. So we allowed the community to come and do the peeling. We wait for them, they do the peeling, and they do it perfect. When they peel it finish, then we now send it to we call this one mini factory to process. This mini factory can do gari, it can do fufu, it can do flour, it can do any form of this thing, but it's a mini factory. But once you get to the farm, you are in sustainable stage, you are going to see different line of the processing. You see the pulverizer. So after pressing, you stand it there to pulverize, then you now put it to go and dry. Use a presser, use a pulverizer, at the same time it's a grater. So all those things work together. So if you want to do fufu, the fufu line will pass through here, not to this line, then goes here, and then down to the dryer. So this is the flash dryer I showed you. After this one, you send it to this, you dry, it comes out to this. Once it comes out to this, then you have a packer either. Where is the packer? So this is, so before milling. So where is after milling? The milling.
Complete product now.
The complete product. So if you want to do gari, it goes there. After frying, it comes. Let's say you want to do gari. That's the gari fry. So, but this can reduce the speed. Depends on what you want to do, and you can increase the speed. You can. And this one you can reduce. So after frying, you open here, the gari comes out here, you pack it and receive it. You first put it here to cool, then receive it. Yes. This is the heat exchanger I was telling you. So this is the gas fired to heat this one up. Then this one take the fresh air.
What does this one work?
Heat exchanger. It's the one that I change the fresh air to hot air for it to be able to dry. So once it dry, it goes through that dot. Before it comes here, then it's already dry in seconds. Just send it immediately, it's dry. That's what you do. You can see, come and see. So send it to send it to So this is Feedway Factory. So this one is having a capacity to produce animal feed of almost 120 tons per day. The raw material usage, we use the base, we use the soya, we use a different component, limestone, depends on the feed formulation that I want to do. So once the raw material comes in through raw material warehouse, and from the raw material warehouse, it comes to the feeding area whereby they feed it. So from there, then it goes through the processes and it comes out. But the determining factor of this machine is actually the palletizer. So it's having a palletizer that every day to come out from. So the quantity you are going to get will determine on what the kind of this thing that you produce. So we have the powerhouse section, then we have the raw material section, we have the factory, different layers, and you have the finished product section. It's having basement. So it's having basement.
Okay, so there's a basement to it.
There's a basement with. So then with the basement, that's how gravitational force setting. So when the product comes in, this is the first amame that is going to come in from the raw material. After milling passes out, it comes down to the mixer, whereby it mixes the different material. After mixing up, then it goes up. Then it goes up to the palletizer. From the palletizer, after palletizing, it comes out to the cooler. The cooler cools it, and it comes down. From the cooler, it now go back to the shaker. It separates different volume it has. Then from there, it now comes down to the bagging machine. So that's just the simple step. So you now bag on 25 kg. Right. So that's what we bag. So but you can do different component of feed.
Yeah, I want to ask. So what kind of feed do you use? Both chicken, animal?
You can do both chicken, animal. Under chicken, you can do layers, you can do broiler, you can do concentrate. It just depends on formulation they keep. It goes. So that's it. So you can see the raw material section. So they are trying to measure. They are trying to measure the raw material. You can see bagging area. This is the bagging area. Then this is the raw material. And this is the finished product. You can see they have different ones. They have 1, 2, 3. I think they have 3 different products now. 1, 2, 3. Yes. I told Miller for the Grand Series. Okay, we set up the factory. They bring in their product. We make for them. Okay, so people can bring it. People can bring their products now. They give you the raw material. We make for them. We back for them. Like the question you're asking.
Yeah, that's what I was
but we can do that one for the feed me.
For feed me.
But
okay.
not for the other one.
But then the raw material, who brings it in?
No, they bring all their raw materials.
Okay.
They bring their bags. So we own the staff and the equipment. So what we do is that when they bring it and the formulation they have, so we only bring a mill and back for them. So they have the headache of raw material, they have headache of selling. So we have headache of make sure that we make for them, and we back for them. So produce.
And you can do that subsequently for any other company that wants to go into.
Yes, well, that's what we say. Share services. You concentrate on where you. So if some people specialize on raw materials, some people specialize on this, some people specialize on marketing, it can be networked together. So for this now, we are working. We are partnered with a Guaranty on this platform. So they bring in their products, then we pay for them. So we can partner with anybody that wants, but this one I will have to sign a contract with them. So in order not to mix any product together. I want to say C1. So this is where we control all the rooms and everything. For this Feedway. So this is the control room, this is the flow, everything that goes in. At NIJI Group, we've been able to get every aspect of agriculture right because we take our time, we make an informed start, and we do a lot of research, and we get it right. Our planting population is right, the harvesting system we're using it right, the processing equipment we're using it right, the energy consumption we're using it right, because we're able to do what we call optimum power management. In total, on the farm, we're having close to almost over 100 to 200 working on the farm. But in the area of processing too, because we have a processing line that will process odorless fufu, we process gari, then we process high quality cassava starch, high quality cassava flour. We turn all the waste to animal feed. We still have yam, flour, and pandu. Those are all those things we put together and we process. When we produce on the farm, we send it here. So this is some of the packaged fufu products. You can see this fufu.
So it's odorless fufu.
Odorless fufu. So the odorless fufu, I pan out the odorless fufu. From removing the odor from the fufu, I think it's the processes. So the processes we met when we were born, we are still using. But when we adopt the new processes and make sure that everything comes out, so we come out with products. So I started producing.
So you started this odorless fufu?
Yes, odorless. So I started producing it first.
Interesting.
In Nigeria.
But there is a myth that if fufu doesn't have odor, it's not sweet.
No. It's because of
that fufu.
No, it's because of the limitation. Because when you eat fufu, for another 1, 2, 3 this thing, your hand is still smelling. And the smell is not a palatable smell. I think you get it.
Yeah,
so it's limitation then.
Okay.
Because of the fermentation process and the processing, and that's what causes it. But now we've been able to. So anybody can eat. So
the same nutrient, everything.
Yes, every nutrient, everything is better. And we even shipped now to different parts of the world.
Okay, wow.
So it's not native to Nigeria alone now. So people take our fufu now, they eat it. And you can see the way we package gari too. Come and see the gari.
So is there any other, because you talked about you're able to process it in a way that is exportable.
Exportable.
So there's a way you can actually process your gari, it will be exportable.
It will be exportable. Bring it. So this is, you can see this is our fufu now. And when you see the translation now, in 3 languages.
Okay, both French.
When you see the preparation to everything is there. This is the nutrient value, this is the preparation, and this is the address of how we produce. When you see the gari too, you see the gari, very fine.
This is very clean.
So very clean. So what we are telling people is that our gari is not meant to have different particle sizes. It's supposed to be uniform. But because of the limitation we met in the past, that's why you say gari is coarse. No, because it's going to go into water to dissolve. Either I want to drink it or I want to use it, but it's going to dissolve. Why are we not making it when it's bigger? So your gari should be finer. So this is a fine gari. We don't call it fine, yes, grading like this. So we call it fine gari.
Okay.
So.
But this is your product. But I was just asking earlier on before we came on stage.
Yes.
I don't see, is it that you're focusing more on export? But I don't really see this, in a retail form a lot.
No, the kind I thought the kind of business we are doing is all for us. We are showing people on how to make it in Nigeria. So what we are doing now is that we've gotten it right. We are helping other people to set it up. That is profitable. So most of the thing we are doing now is a template for people to see that it's profitable. We've done it, we are making money, but we don't want to monopolize the market. We want to use it as a sort of revenue for other people to do because the population is much. So we cannot say because of us we not dominate the market. So we export. Yes, we work on. So anybody that takes our product, we depend based on referrals. So when you refer to us, we sell to you. And the business model, we have different value chain. So if they order for almost 2 or 3 trailers of Gari now, we focus on Gari, we produce. If they focus on fufu now, we focus on fufu, we produce. So if they focus on starch now, so we have different products that we do, that we can do. So we are not in competition with anybody. We are calling more people to come and do it. We share the market information with them because it's food. We are taking our food from the way it was to where it should be. Okay. So people, when we started this one, people believe that this one is not meant for Nigeria. This one is exportable. You want? I say no. Who tells you that Nigeria cannot eat better food? But I'm happy now that you can see packaged food in a lot of shops and industry. But we pioneer it that is doable. Some people have done it in the past, they failed. But when we started doing it, and we're making equipment for people, and we're telling people the profitability analysis within, a lot of people jump into it, and they are doing it, and it becomes business in Nigeria.
Okay, so I have one question for you. If somebody who doesn't have a factory, yes, because you produce a lot of this, yes, but let's say they just want to be buying, let's say 2 or 3 tons of trailer of starch, you produce for them so they can package in their name. Is this something that you also do? No,
normally what we do is that, I told you, it's not about modeling for us. It's about model for us to do. So if you want to buy a brand, we'll do for you. Okay. But if you want to produce and develop your brand, we won't do for you. Okay. Because we want you to actually think of having your own brand, so having your own processing, create more employment. It's not about us. Sure you get. So that's why our model is quite different from what other people know. We want you to do similar thing we are doing. We support you to do similar thing we are doing. We give you the equipment, we give you the knowledge, we share the market information with you. Let's enter the market together. So that's the model.
This is not, you're not talking like a businessman. This is more like a beyond business for you. It's more like a passion mission.
It's a passion, it's a mission, but people don't realize that when you solve people's problem, people pay for it. You are in business. But the mindset of people as a businessman is to cheat people. But you must surrender that the concept of every businessman is to identify where there's a problem, you provide solution to it, people pay for it, then you are in business. I think you get it. Right. That's why we're telling people that you have to do real business, right, not just the kind of business that you do. You don't go into commission, you don't produce this. Coca-Cola will say, when you are selling Pepsi, you don't sell Coca-Cola. I don't see to that. Yeah. Let's put everything side to side. That's right. And if my own is better than your own, let's buy. If I develop this and this, let's buy. That's why we can grow. Right where we are now is nicer. NIJI Sustainable Agriculture. This is where we make an informed start. For anybody that wants to go into agriculture, we believe that you need to make an informed start. Either you are a farmer, either you are a processor, either you are a corporate farmer who don't really have time and you want to farm. So this is where we actually run all the processes. You have 4 different types of training that runs here. From almost 2 weeks to 6 months. We have another one, which is another 1 year too. That for anybody that really want to finish school, finish everything, you now want to go into it, that's the way it is. So we have different ones. Then we have another one we're running now, we call it community farming. Okay. So we have another one we're running now, which is community farming. So that's another thing that we do. Community farming is such a way that we look at the easiest way for the community to harness the farmland they have, to harness the human resources they have, and to harness the youth they have. So that, and some of the people are not from the village, that they have traveled abroad, they have gone out, they have the money for them to be able to invest back into the village. That's why we developed the model of community farming. So community farming is such a way that we put a lot of things into it, that you don't need to have too much money before you farm. If you are passionate about it, you have people that have money. If you have land, you have people that don't have land, so you give it to them. So just contribute any aspect of agriculture you have, and you get a share of the profit at the end of the day. That's the model that we develop. And that's part of what we run in this class. This is a mini class. We have the big one on the farm, on the sustainable city, where we have almost 7 different factories. We have the training school, which is nicer. So we have a starch line, we have a flour line, we have a fufu line, we have Gari line. Then we process all the waste to animal feed. Then we'll do a little of pando and yam flour. So it's within the same area. That's why we built a police station. Because we thought that some of us need to change the narration of the country. Yes. And before we can change the narration of the country, we can't just sit in the office or sit making policies and the implementation is wrong. And we realize that in Nigeria, talk is cheap. We can talk grammar, you can talk a lot, but when it comes to implementation, we are zero. That's why some of us stand at the back end to be able to implement whatever thought we have, to show people that we are not just talkers, we are doers. So that's what we've been able to do about NIJI, Digital Sustainable Agriculture. Then, like I've said, this is one of our products. Okay. This is odorless fufu. Okay. This odorless fufu has gone far. So this brand has gone far to, I can say it has gone far to most of all the continents that they have this product and they've been eating it. Our product has gone more beyond Africa and beyond Nigeria. And even our Gari, we are putting new dimension to Gari, like I've told you. Gari is supposed to have uniform grain. It's supposed to have a single unit of grain because we have gotten the processes right. So this Gari, then fufu, we've removed the odor, it's odorless, and the nutritional value is 100% correct. So what you eat today is what you eat tomorrow. So we perfected all the processes. Then, when I turned 60, I launched a book, which is The Man, His Farm and His Workshop. So the story of the book now is about me, how you can start your business without not looking for bank money to actually start a business. How you can bottleneck your resources to start a business. How you can start farming. How you need to be disciplined. How you don't need to lobby before you get the contract. Develop a product. Once you develop a product, the product will look for market himself. Develop a viable product, not just any product. The product will look for the market itself. So that's part of what we've been able to do to put it. For any young one who really want to set up a business, who really want to set up a farm, this is the way to go. That's why it's on Amazon, it's on booksellers, it's on some of the books that people actually buy. Some people bought it and they came to me over this weekend. I just see the person was coming to me with biro and paper. Why? He said he has gone through this book like 2 or 3 times and really want to sit down with me. I want to have something doing. Because I don't bid for contracts. I don't lobby for contracts. I look for what the market needs. I produce what the market needs. And I take what the market needs to the market. And people buy it. And I'm in business. So that's what I've been doing all along. So
okay, so 2 things I wanted to find out. Going back to the training, how does somebody actually access your training? Is it on your website or the number to call? How do they access your training?
Normally, you can access our training through our website. Then you can access our training by some people who want to make an equipment and they come to us to make an equipment and we tell them that we offer training for them on how to use the equipment. People want to set up the farm, we offer training on what they want to do. You know, apart from us doing the machine and using it to ourselves, we do to sell. Yes. So we do to sell and we share the market information with them. Even the packaging material, everything, analysis on what they need to do to get it right, we give it to them. So that's part of it. And for the training, you know, I told you that we don't target too many people. We target the people that need us. And if you look at our business model, we don't use signboard. You cannot see any signboard in any of our businesses because we are not doing it because we want to make money. We are doing it to solve problems. So the kind of clients and people we get are people that need us. So those are the people that locate us. So Mugbamoya, that's what we call Mugbamoya. I just hear a branch. I saw your signboard at a branch. So we don't want them. So we are only busy on people who know our value. And those are the people we partner with. That's the kind of model we do. Most of our model that I've been using are demand-driven and referrals. So that's the best approach that we've been doing.
Correct. So I just have 2 important questions. One is, how do we make, I know that you have tried to re-engineer agriculture, starting with innovative way you have even made fufu to be odorless, and Gari should be a single unit of grain. It shouldn't be different grain. So this is re-innovation in the normal products we have. But how do we really make agriculture very, very attractive to the young population that we have in Nigeria? What would be your suggestion? Even as the government right now, Renew Hope agenda, trying to do things here and there, what would be, as a man that is in the field, not talk, what would be your way that you can suggest that would make youth to be very interested in agriculture?
Okay, thank you. Don't forget on the Gari and Fufu, apart from making it odorless and uniform, I've spent a lot of my money on R&D, on research, on developing the equipment that will actually produce the best grade.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. Then, for the youth who want to be engaged in agriculture, I've told you, starting from even the kind of training you give them, starting from the kind of EOP, economic of production, that you're going to show. Some of the people, they go into farm without economics of production. They just go to clear the farm, plant, and everything. So economics of production is that how much do you need to use on land clearing? How much do you per hectare? How much do you use to do on land preparation per hectare? How many planting population do you need to have on hectare of land? So, and the yield you need to have. So you need to break all those things down for the youth to see that if I do 1 hectare, this is how much I'm going to spend, this is the profit I'm going to make. So if I do almost 50 hectares, this is how much I'm going to make. Apart from that one, they have to develop the market, demand driven. Don't just do farming without looking for the market. First look for the market, then look for the raw material, then the equipment for processing. Those are the 3 key issues. But some people, because they have interest, they are passionate, they just know that the market needs this, they just want to do. So people have called me that, Chinese, they are taking, in China, they are taking chips, cassava chips, they are taking cassava this. So how much are they buying? When I now do the breakdown and everything for them, they see that if you have spent equipment to set up the farm, to do all those things, you now realize that the price they are selling, you can never break even. And you might have invested on it. So how are you going to break even? You first need to do the analysis on what the market needs, on what the cost of raw material and the energy and the cost of equipment and depreciation on it. Put all the everything in a one-pager and look at it through, and you look at it, okay, this is it. And we keep on telling people too, when they want to set up processing, if your cost of equipment is high, very, very high, and your running cost is low, you are in business. But if your cost of equipment is low and your running cost is high, you are never in business because you can never break even. If your cost of equipment and your running cost is low, that means you can just depreciate your equipment over, instead of 5 years, depreciate on 10 years. So you still make your money. But if your cost of equipment is low and your running cost is high, then right from day one, there's no way you can break even. So a lot of people don't see that, and that's what we tell people, the value for money. What kind of profitability analysis have you done before you go into farming, before you go to processing, before you go into retailing? So some people don't do all those things. That's part of what we offer for people, to let you know that the business you are going for is not viable. The business you are going for is viable, but you need to double your production. You need to run almost 24 hours instead of 8 hours. So you need to increase the people that done the production in order to, you need to reduce the number of people you have because your overhead is too much. So those are all those things we help people analyze and we help them look at it. The equipment you are using, the energy consumption is so high, but you have something cheaper that can actually do this thing and give you the same result. Why are you using almost 100 HP where you can use 10? Look at the difference. So a lot of things that we have done in the past to make sure that we get it right in agriculture. So if you actually follow what we've laid down and what we are doing, basically they are going to get it right, because people eat every day. And I've told you that the government left some of us on the field to be using our money to do research, to be doing a lot of things to make sure that we get it right. I can put you the research I've done over the period of 34 years. These are it. It's a proven research and technology. So the people who have done 1 or 2 research, they should put it out, okay, this is what I've done, and we perfected it for other people to copy. That's what we are doing. We perfected our design, we perfected our researches for other people to copy. So, or for other people to use. So those are the things that we can do for the youth to say, okay, someone has done it, has made it, so we really want to actually emulate and do it. I've seen a lot of people from abroad, from everywhere. They've been calling me that you are my mentor, you are my mentor. I say, why? Because we love what you are doing. I watch a lot of your video, and we've invested a lot. Someone called me that is in US, but I invested over 200 million on processing and everything. And when they got that, so someone knows me, you have to come to me that, come, you've impacted my life. I didn't know. You say, no, you are my mentor, I'm your mentee. And I've been seeing a lot of people. Someone sent a mail to me yesterday that I'm my mentor. I said, I don't know. You say, don't worry, you are my mentor. So anytime I talk, someone called me that my son saw you at a clinic in Lorry, you are a secret mentor. So I say, okay, I will let my son to meet you. So you see the revelation a lot of people were giving for what we have been able to do to show people that it's doable and it's profitable. That's what we need to see for the youth. It's doable, it's profitable. In what way, in which way, that's why NIJI is actually solving problem for them.
Great, honestly, this has been an interesting conversation, an interesting talk of your facility and all of that. But just wrap this interview with knowing a little bit more about yourself, because your book says the man, the farmer, and his workshop. So about the man, how do you balance work with life, with family and all of that? Because I know your schedule was very, very hectic.
Yeah, balance. Since I've started business, I've been busy. And when I want to choose the kind of wife, I chose the wife that will fit into my schedule. That's the mistake a lot of people made. I know this kind of life I want to live. I look for the woman that can fit into the lifestyles I want to live, and I can understand my calling. So, and when I was giving birth to, I look at my children, I integrate them into the system right from where they were young, to know that if you don't work, you don't eat. So that's I've been able to tell them that money is a change of value. So when you get money that you don't have any value to it, the money is on your own. So the money you don't work for is on your own. There's no matter, and that's what is happening in Nigeria. You see a lot of people now, most of the money they get, either they sell contracts, they make the balance of it. So it's all their money. You can never push out to anyone. No exchange of value in that kind of things. Any money you get and you don't have exchange of value. So I've been able to integrate my two sons into that. So if you don't work, you don't eat. And if you want to eat, you have to work. And they've emulated that one. So when they finish school now, they all sign in, apply, and work with me. So, and they enjoy what they are doing because they actually have a reason to work and they enjoy what they are doing. So, and they get the value for anything they do every day. So that's why I was able to balance my work first, then followed by the family. Because if you don't have work, you don't bring any money home, you don't have family.
That's right.
So that's why a lot of people don't realize. But if you're a man enough to actually cater for your family, then you have family. But if you are not man enough to cater for your family, you just sit down with the family for money to line, money to line, you didn't go anywhere, you didn't bring any food to the table, then you are not a man. But if you're able to work first, bring money to the family, let your family be happy, let your family realize and understand the nature of job you are doing and why you are getting the money, and they can trace you. There's also traceability. It's all about the food. It's traceability about the lifestyle. People must be able to trace your lifestyle. That this is how you start, this is how you grow, this is how you make your money, this is how you spend your money, and this is why you be at a particular time. I think you balance the life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we'll be doing the part 2 of this video by visiting the sustainable city tomorrow. This video we are doing came out of popular demand because we had a series we did about agriculture and all of that. But most people keep asking me, they have not seen any company that is producing agro-machinery and all of that. We say, okay, don't worry, we're going to reach out, and that's why we reached out to you, and we're very glad that we've done this video. So those of you who wanted to know where you can purchase reliable and very good agro products, machinery,
value for money
you can use, now you know. And hopefully maybe you can establish this just beyond Southwest, maybe to other part of the country, the North, or maybe the Southeast. I'm sure, I don't know how far this video will go. Maybe some state government might reach out to you and say, why don't we do this in a large scale? Because that's what I'm looking at, in a more larger scale, partner with you, come and do it in the state, make it bigger. That would be a way to really empower them.
We're ready for collaboration for serious-minded, either government or private individuals, serious-minded, because we don't have any time to waste.
That's right.
So.
All right, so there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the very part 2 and the very next story. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Okay, so this book, go and get it. Is there any discount for those of us that are watching, those watching my channel who wants to buy the book? Any discount for them?
You can arrange a special discount.
I can arrange special discount. Okay, so come and purchase this book. You will learn a lot beyond agriculture. You also learn about his life, and he just did his 60th birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's looking much younger than 60. Maybe it's money.
His family.
Money, family.
His family.
So this is my signed copy that I just received from my Oga, Farmer Kola. As you can see, this is especially to Mr. Nkwa. So for those of you who want to also order, I will arrange special discount for you. So this is very, very special. Like I said, it's beyond the farm. He's also getting to know how to actually live a life, because a man of 60 years has a lot of experience to share, believe me. So those of us who are much, much younger than that can learn a lot from him. So thank you so much, I'm grateful. Thank you.